Morning. It is Wednesday morning.
Yes, it is, and welcome to the Smacktalking Amigos with him, James Bernard.
And this guy, Kian Davidson.
You can follow us at WWE Amigos on Twitter and on Instagram.
Yep.
Hashtag STA, hashtag Smacktalking Amigos, hashtag Berry Jinder.
Berry Jinder.
Yeah.
Can I firstly make a very quick plea to the WWE Universe?
Yeah.
Kian. This is to WWE and to the universe. Please give us something with WWE we can work with at the moment.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, I'm really, really disappointed.
I don't feel like we can work with anything on what's happening on Monday Night Raw or even SmackDown to that.
I don't feel like it's progressed at all since WrestleMania. I don't feel excited to watch the show. And I know that when it goes over to England, our home country, we know nothing ever happens.
No.
Nothing ever happens.
It was interesting because What Culture did 10 things that WWE have screwed up since WrestleMania 33.
Yeah.
And it was quite an interesting read.
Well, I mean, they always do decent lists. But you could see something happening after WrestleMania 33 and then everything slowed down. The brand split was weird. The brand draft was weird.
It's kind of like the most interesting thing is the Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman storyline at the moment.
Yep. And Roman obviously made his return this week on Raw.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Hey, whatever gets Roman Reigns over, or whatever Vince thinks will get Roman Reigns over, or turn heel, because I think Braun has kind of turned into a babyface for what he's done to Roman in the last couple of weeks.
He's getting cheered.
Yeah.
But we hear Braun's actually injured, so he's going to have to take some proper time off.
Braun is 4 to 8 weeks out through elbow surgery, I think.
Which is, I mean, he's got to have done something seriously bad to his elbow, because that's one hell of an elbow to injure.
Yeah, it is. But again, I'd like to say well done to Roman Reigns. He's an excellent seller.
Excellent seller. And not only that, he manages to come back from any sort of pull the injuries has very, very quickly. The same vein as John Cena does. Yeah. Comes back very quickly.
Because it was a couple of years ago he had a hernia operation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he came back in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So kudos to Roman Reigns. Continuing the storyline, but where do they go with that? That's our big question.
I'd expect that they'd go for number one contenders match at Extreme Rules, which Braun would win.
Yep.
And go on and face
Brock Lesnar
at Great Balls of Fire.
I just can't believe every time we say that name.
No, I don't.
It's ridiculous. It's almost as ridiculous Jinder Mahal being number one contender, but we'll go on to that a bit later.
Off wrestling for a moment, I'd like to congratulate this man here because it is now official that Spurs will finish above Liverpool once again in the Premier League. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. That's right.
Well done.
What do you think about, let's just quickly, Liverpool season?
We're in the Champions League. So
yeah, that's what you needed. But I think since Christmas it's been a bit...
Yeah, it's been a bit stop-start, a bit sluggish.
It's been a great season for us though.
Yeah.
Great season
for Spurs. But back on to Raw.
Tag team division.
Yes.
Shaping up nicely on Raw.
Yeah, it isn't shaping up too badly. For a second there, I thought Golden Truth would actually be number one contenders.
I did as well. They looked... I mean, Truth came into the ring and really, really put on a show. But you ain't going to go over Cesaro, are you?
No. And Truth is a great wrestler for his age of 52.
Yeah, unbelievable. Great
wrestler.
I think Sheamus and Cesaro look great as a heel tag team.
Yeah. Matt and Jeff were on commentary. Stirred them down after they won.
Yeah. They led the delete chants.
Yeah. There is a rumour that in the coming weeks that Matt will go fully broken.
Depends what happens with TNA, doesn't it? What happens with the lawsuit there?
Yeah, because Matt is still proclaiming that the broken gimmick was his idea.
You've got to think it was. For me, when we were watching it... I can't
think that any wrestling promotion would come up with a gimmick
and say we're going to go with that.
No.
But what seemed to happen was Matt Hardy came up with it and TNA said, just go wrong with it as you want. Now...
And that probably kept TNA afloat for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when the Hardy Compound film essentially came out, it was one of the biggest things that we've seen in wrestling of the whole of last year.
Yeah.
So... TNA should be grateful for that and now allow Matt to be broken.
Yeah, and Jeff.
And Revy's going to come out.
Yes, and Maxwell.
And the drone.
Yeah, and thank God.
See, this is the state of wrestling. This is the
Yes.
state of wrestling, okay? State of wrestling. So, Intercontinental Championship, good to see Dean really getting his time to shine on Raw.
Yes. This is the side of Dean we like. Kurt Angle obviously couldn't be there, so he made Dean a temporary GM.
Alongside The Miz.
Subsequently, Stephanie made The Miz co-GM.
For me, this is the Dean we like to see against The Miz we like to see.
Yes.
The Miz playing this...
What a coward.
A coward heel role.
Yeah.
Dean playing this unhinged lunatic role that he was saying he was a lunatic on SmackDown and not doing anything like a lunatic.
No.
At least on Raw, he's actually doing some, stuff that you think, I think he's lost his mind a bit.
But there are so many wrestlers. Where do you go with Dean? Because you'd think that The Miz would take the IC title off him.
Yeah. And then where does Dean go? Does he go back to facing for that? I mean, listen, the world title should be around, and Dean should be somewhere in and around that picture. I think the
people in and around world title should be at the moment Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor,
Seth
Rollins, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, and that's I mean, if those 7 were competing to, and even if Brock was there more often, but say Brock didn't have the title, one of them had it. Between those 7, you could put on some phenomenal matches.
I feel that they're focusing on the mid card too much.
Yeah,
and they aren't bringing out the full range of plethora of talent that they've got.
Well, and they've got a huge plethora at the moment, particularly we named those 7 wrestlers there. And for me, one of the most interesting things that's happening on Raw at the moment is the development between Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Seth obviously won at Payback to get payback on Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe came out and attacked him in the number 1 contenders match last week. And the feud seems to be going on. And it's nice that these feuds are going into Extreme Rules.
Yeah, and Joe, alongside Kevin Owens on SmackDown, they're these sort of wrestlers that it doesn't matter if they lose, they still look strong. For me, that was it on Raw.
Yeah.
That's all we can really say. We saw as
the
we said.
women's weren't really that strong this week.
No. No, I mean, it was. Listen, as always, it's good to see Bayley. Really good to see Nia Jax. And the women's champion, Alexa Bliss, who continues to improve every week.
We had a fantastic matchup, first of all, between The Miz and Finn.
Yeah, you got to say, Finn Balor in the ring is one of, if not the best, one of the best on Raw already.
They say Finn was in the independent wrestling scene over in the UK and in America. Then he went to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they say that they do hold up on your skills, hard hitting, striking, and it seems to pay dividend with Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor. I got his name right.
You got it right next time, Shinsuke. But with Finn, we've got to say another big kudos to The Miz for however anybody says that he's lazy in the ring, put on another great showing in the ring.
Oh yeah, Miz. Unfortunately, he will never be onto that world title level in terms for Vince McMahon.
No, and the other thing is he'll never be a Daniel Bryan as a wrestler. He'll never be a Shinsuke Nakamura on AJ Styles. But he's a very, very solid hand, and he plays his role very well in the ring.
He does.
Although he's on a massive losing streak.
Yeah.
John Cena, Finn Balor, Dean Ambrose, probably. So, who knows?
He did win number 1 contendership.
Yeah, that's true. That was.
And we got a fantastic matchup in Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. The Miz making this match.
Yeah.
Dean looking fairly strong. Bray looking, as usual, very good in the ring without being spectacular.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do something with Bray, WWE. I know you're trying to, but really go with this. If you're going to make him the next Phenom,
they haven't kind of done anything since he won at Elimination Chamber.
No, it seems like that was the end of the feud. Draw a line underneath it, but why would you? You just beat the world champion on SmackDown.
Yeah. I give Raw a 4 or 5 out of 10 again.
Yeah.
It was
Come
nothing
on, WWE.
spectacular.
We need more from Raw.
On to SmackDown.
On to SmackDown. Now, what do these wrestlers have in common? AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, Who else was there? Baron Corbin, and one more. I can't. And Kevin Owens. What do they have in common? None of them are vying for the world title that your mate Jinder Mahal has decided that he is the number one contender for. Now, I don't hate Jinder Mahal, but I shall let you go for your 30-second rant of Jinder Mahal. In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
I don't think it's very much Jinder Mahal, it's them two goofs that he's got beside him, the Bollywood boys. They do nothing in NXT. They do nothing on SmackDown. Jinder Mahal should be nowhere near the title picture. Like you said, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Rusev, Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, one of them 5 should be vying for the title in 2 each, not Jinder frickin' Mahal. He should be vying for the US title if he wants a title.
Hashtag
Bury Jinder.
That's your 30-second rant today.
Yeah.
For that. Good. Have a sip of your coffee and relax. The other exciting news that we did hear from SmackDown this week is that Rusev will be there next week.
Yeah, Rusev.
So hopefully kick Jinder Mahal's head off.
Hopefully Shane makes a number 1 contenders match between him and Jinder, and Rusev will absolutely annihilate Jinder.
Joking apart, if Rusev doesn't get that number 1 contendership, could you see him leaving to go to TNA or something like that?
I think so, yeah, because
well.
he's been in WWE, what, 3-4 years?
Yeah. Always looks strong.
He was undefeated for well over a year and a half. US champion in that time, beat John Cena. But WWE, again, haven't booked one of the most
Premier
promising talents. Right.
No, I think they've undersold Rusev, and in that feud that he had with Dolph Ziggler, which was the one that I think really, really hurt him, he looked weak.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't look weak.
And then after the Dolph Ziggler feud, you kind of went straight into the Enzo Amore feud.
Yeah, which again,
made him look
how
weak.
can Rusev, a brute by his name, a Bulgarian brute by his name, look anything other than you know, a giant against Enzo Amore? There shouldn't even be a sort of match-up between them.
No, a perfect superstar for him would have been Braun.
Yes, or even Big Cass.
Yeah, or even Big Cass. We saw a few matches and they were good matches, to be fair. But even Braun. But Rusev, he needs to be in the title picture. Not US title picture, world title picture.
Yeah,
and I think that he could well be WWE champion after Backlash, if not soon after.
Yeah, I think so, and I would support that entirely. The other thing they can't do with Rusev is feed him to Brock Lesnar like they did a few months ago in Japan, I think it was, in the house show. Fed him to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar absolutely annihilated him. Rusev should be able to go toe-to-toe with Lesnar.
Yeah, like, I don't expect Lesnar to lose the title this year.
No.
Even if he only wrestles 2 shows, or 3, I don't expect him to lose. Build both of them up, build Rusev up, and then you get Titanic battle at Survivor Series, champion versus champion.
Two wrestlers that look like they should be fighting each other as well.
And then they can decide. If Brock wants a piss over easy match, then
pick Enzo Amore.
Yeah, but Rusev, Brock Lesnar is 39 years old, for God's sake. He should be able to go for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and let there be a Titanic battle between us. So we're really pushing Rusev at the Smacktalking Amigos, as you can hear. Other people that seem to be pushing pretty hard are the new welcoming committee: James Ellsworth, Natalia, Carmella, and Tamina Snuka.
Yes. I'll let you have your 30-second rant about James Ellsworth now.
I mean, there's not much to say other than when Charlotte gets her hands on James Ellsworth, slaps in that figure 4 leg lock, and we see James Ellsworth streaming with tears down his eyes, I will sit there with the smuggest smile on my face and say, James Ellsworth, hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
I prefer the figure 8.
Figure 8.
But him, either Becky or Charlotte get that.
Yeah, Becky let Becky actually. Let Becky tear him from limb to limb.
Or a Betchplex into a figure 8.
Yeah, can see that. I actually think it's quite nice to see there being a bit of a female stable built. I don't know how long it will last.
How long it will last, because it happened when the Divas Revolution came in.
Yeah.
Divas now, women's.
It
was Divas back then.
It was built on. It seems to be built on sand because you can't see Natalia and Carmella getting on too well for too long.
No, and I don't think you can have probably the 3 strongest wrestlers on SmackDown all being faces, and that is Becky, Naomi, and Charlotte.
Right.
One will have to turn heel, and you would expect that Becky's too over with the fans to turn heel.
Naomi, they're building nicely. It's got to be Charlotte.
But Charlotte has just turned face.
That's the thing, but has Charlotte turned face, or do we think that she's turned face just to pull a swerve? I mean, that is a very Flair thing to do, isn't it?
It is, and traditionally going into a title match, you wouldn't have a face versus face.
No. Although, it's going to be one hell of a match.
Yeah, it will be. I can't wait for Backlash.
No. The other matches that we're going to see at Backlash.
Hopefully Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Zayn, Corbin look like, going into the main event, they look like they really hate each other. Corbin continuing to impress, and Zayn getting some good foil against someone that I think will both boost Corbin's level and boost Zayn's level.
Yes, and it's nice to see that AJ Styles has kind of turned face.
Yeah, AJ's definitely a face and will be fighting Kevin Owens on what will probably be one of the matches of the night at Backlash. But the other match of the night that we've got to talk about at Backlash, and credit where it's due to Dolph Ziggler, came out, delivered an amazing promo.
Yeah.
For his match with Shinsuke Nakamura.
You can't really look past Shinsuke. His in-ring skill is amazing, and I'm just waiting for him versus AJ, that matchup.
Really, really excited to see him, Dolph, though, in the meantime. I think it's
him and Dolph.
Brilliant.
Dolph is kind of like AJ in that high flying, and they will put on a phenomenal match, and that will probably be match of the night.
Yeah. Even though we've got AJ, Kevin as well. So we've got 2 brilliant matches. The match I'm not sure about, but listen, I'll give it...
Well, you could have 3 because Baron Corbin and Sami as well.
And you're ignoring Breeze Dango versus the Usos.
Yeah. The Usos win. Easy.
I actually don't mind Breeze Dango. I mean, they're not tag team champions, but I sort of would say I prefer them than the Shining Stars, maybe?
Yeah. The tag team division has gone to
it's gone to pot. It's gone to pot. What's happened on SmackDown? When they did the trade, we thought, wow, SmackDown has one hell of a division.
New Day need to
turn up. And it'll be New Day Usos for a brilliant... that would be a great feud. We haven't seen it since right at the start of the New Day.
But I was going to say Vaudevillains, but Simon Gotch has got released.
Yeah.
So you can't have the Vaudevillains.
Simon Gotch is gone. Other than that, SmackDown, we saw the main event. We saw Jinder Mahal standing above everyone else at the end with the Bollywood boys next to him. The Maharaja seems to be ruling SmackDown, and this title, mate, is going to be his. How do you feel about that?
I keep to my promise. If he wins that Backlash, he'll be doing WWE Amigos alone until he loses it.
Okay. That could be a long time. I can't do 5 weeks of it alone. I can't do it. I can't do 5 weeks.
You better pray and hope.
I'm hoping. Randy, come on, Viper.
That Randy, #buries Jinder.
#bury Jinder. Guys, we are the Smacktalking Amigos.
Follow us at WWE Amigos on Instagram and on Twitter. #STA, #Smacktalking Amigos, #bury Jinder, #Owens versus Davidson.
You haven't spoken about you versus Owens lately.
No, I've been too focused on
Jinder.
Actually, I don't want to #Davidson versus Owens. I want to #Davidson versus Jinder.
#Davidson versus Jinder. That's a new trend, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on it. Guys, we'll see you next week. Peace.